this is Dr. Scott Kilberg, the Video Foot Doc, here with another video for you on all things foot and ankle. Today I'm going to answer a question for those of you who happen to have large or thick second toenails and are wondering why that's the case. What I mean by second toenails, I mean by the toenail on the toe that is directly next to the big toe. When we start to refer to numbers in toes, we count with the big toe as the first one and the little toe as the fifth one. Now, toenail thickness can be caused by a number of different factors. The most common factor that everyone assumes creates a thickness is that of a fungus infection, which is quite common, but is not always the reason why toenails become thickened. When you consider the position and the function of the second toe in relationship to the big toe and the other toes next to it, there are certain reasons why the second toenail in particular may become thicker. One of the primary reasons why the second toenail becomes thicker than some of the surrounding toenails is simply due to the mechanics of how the toe sits within the foot itself as well as within the shoe. Many people actually have a second toe that's a little bit longer than the first toe, the big toe next to it, or the third toe, the smaller toe adjacent to that second toe. And so what happens is that this slightly longer toe is actually going to get jammed a little bit inside the shoe. This is made even worse if someone wears a shoe that's actually a little bit too big for their foot, either a half size or more too great, where the foot actually slides inside the shoe and sort of pistons in and out. And what essentially happens is that this longer toe, when it sort of strikes the end of the shoe, over a long period of time as this continues onward, gradually the cells that grow the toenail out, cells that are called the nail matrix, which are located kind of at the base of the toe, those gradually become deformed, and the cells actually grow nail in a different manner because of the disease and the injury that's occurred to those rather fragile cells. And so the result of that abnormal cell growth and abnormal growth of the nail subsequently is basically a thicker toenail, and sometimes a toenail that's misshapen. Another factor to consider is also the position of the toe and not so much the length of it. A lot of times people have something called a hammer toe, in which the toe, instead of being straight across, is actually contracted upward like this. And it's a very common foot deformity. Many people have it. It's related to flat feet as well as to high arches. And what will happen is as that toe contracts upward, the end of the toe also has a contraction as well. And that tip of that toe is going to actually strike the ground in a little bit of a different manner than simply the toe pad striking the ground, which is the normal way the foot functions. And in doing so, that's going to create further pressure and further damage to the nail region itself, and that also causes basically a thickening of the toenail because of the damage to the nail root cells. And so therefore, one will get a thickened toenail that's misshapen. And that has nothing to do with having a toenail fungus. This problem is also very common in runners, in particular runners who do a lot of incline-decline running, or runners who maybe aren't or don't have the best fitting shoes, where they're trying to go a little bit too big or too small. And subsequently the pressure against the nail, as I described before, actually creates more than just a slow gradual pressure. At some point in time it creates a bruising where the toenail bruises and can potentially fall off. And in this case, the damage is more immediate, and the damage to the nail root cells becomes more acute. And so therefore the nail that grows back once that toenail either falls off or once the bruise gets out of the nail, the subsequent growth of the nail is going to be thicker and it's going to be rather misshapen. The unfortunate part about the toenail becoming thickened and misshapen is that generally that damage is permanent. If it was simply just a toenail fungus infection, this fungus infection can be treated with medication. But once the nail root cells become fully damaged, unfortunately there is no way to actually repair that. And so the thickened toenail of the second toe will be permanently thickened and sometimes can be painful and may require permanent removal if it becomes so. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please look for more videos on all things foot and ankle on this site as well as others. Or you may check out my website at www.inpodiatrygroup.com. Thank you.